the internet, a podcast did arise. A trio of loons with cigars in their eyes. They've invaded the world with their smoky surprise. The Cigar Loons, they're oh so wise. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest lips to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. With their witty banter and infectious glee, they've captured hearts, you see. They're more than just smokers, they're a family, united by cigars, a brotherhood free. Invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest lips to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. They've got the knowledge, the passion, the flair, a podcast powerhouse beyond compare. So light up a stogie and join the affair. The Cigar Loons are always there. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest lips to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail.
Hello, and of course, good evening, and
We're back.
happy 2025. We're back after a long Christmas break, but the Cigar Loons are back with our very first cigar show of the year. So, of course, Happy New Year to everyone. We hope you all had a great Christmas holiday and smoked plenty of fine cigars and drunk plenty of nice spirits. Of course, I've got a nice one tonight. I've got 12-year-old Glenfiddich, and I've got, of course, the Brickhouse Churchill, which, of course, was on the Cigar Aficionado's list. Well, of course, we can go around, see what everyone's smoking tonight.
Appreciate it, DEA.
Hey up to,
back.
of course, DEA. It's good to see you, my brother, and thank you for being here. But, of course, we're going to go around the table and find out what everyone's smoking tonight and if anyone's drinking. And I'm going to go straight down, of course, to Matthew. And then Matthew's going to pass it over to Grump, and then we'll go up to Kid. So, Matthew, what have you got smoking tonight, my brother? And what are you drinking as well?
Tonight I've got the Christoph Cristania Maduro. Really solid smoke, good price. And I've got the Johnny Walker Black Label, 12 years as well. Glass.
Then, of course,
Grumpy.
Grump.
On that black tonight, are you? Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't blame me, brother. I'm on a little bit of it myself. Not the Johnny Walker, but we doing Camacho
Yeah.
Triple Maduro. These are, man, if you like the dark flavors and you like your chocolate and espresso and such, don't sleep on this one. I mean, I'm also having Black Rifle Coffee Company Espresso 300 with that. And as usual, coffee.
I think my heart
But
would
really,
explode with all that
these
caffeine.
are excellent. Don't sleep on them. San Andreas wrapper. It has that what is it, Criollo Maduro binder or Corojo Maduro binder. My bad, Corojo, and the fillers all Maduro, Honduran, Dominican, and Brazilian.
Nice.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. This is flavor bomb city right here. Don't sleep on them.
Probably one of the only Camachos I actually like.
And then, of course, we're
I
going to go
see
over
why.
to Kate and find out
Yeah.
what Kate's
Talk to
smoking
us,
in
Kurt.
the pipe.
I'm on the pipe tonight. I've got Cornell and Deal. One of my new favorites, apricots and cream. It's
Ooh.
just absolutely delightful. It's an aromatic blend.
Fancy.
It actually crackles when you smoke it, so it's very nice.
Hey,
And then I've got a old fashioned whipped up with some. I got a little bit of Eagle Rare left, so that's what's in the old fashioned tonight. So 26
Nice.
degrees here, so the ice cubes are not going to melt anytime soon here. So,
True story.
But no, of course.
we
I know
won't tell. We won't
we've
tell
had-
them about your electric blanket. We'll keep that secret.
yeah, I got a blankie. Got my blankie here.
I know, of course,
Yeah.
we've had a big break, haven't we? And we've had a near enough 5-week break of going live, and that's because of the Christmas period. Spending time with
rusty.
family, and of course, with New Year and everything. But true, I've missed it as well, and it's good to be back.
Yeah.
And of course, if anyone hasn't seen the date list, geez, we've got some great shows coming up this year. We have, and some great
Mm.
guests coming from the cigar industry to cigar content creators. Of course, you got some Cigar Loons episodes where we'll be doing some more rabbit holes and different ones.
I'll
But
throw a
let
couple
me put it
extra
this way.
night to throw with.
I am so excited for the guests that we've got planned coming this year and who we've got next week. And so next week's show is going to be Silent Hero Cigars. And we're going to have Bryce joining us next week on the show. So we can't wait to be sitting down with Bryce from Silent Hero and learning about his journey. And into the next thing, of course, what we're going to be talking about tonight. How many cigars did we smoke over Christmas? And did we have any that stuck out to us over the Christmas period that we haven't told no one? I know I've smoked a shitload over Christmas, and I can't remember half of them. But I smoked plenty of cigars. What have you smoked over the Christmas period that stuck out to you, brother, and that you would recommend?
Not a ton that like really sticks out. I smoked a lot of cigars. Don't get me wrong. Most of them were my basics, my daily drivers, if you will. But I guess I did smoke the Room 101 Doomsayer. That was of note, I
Yep.
think. That was a really good cigar. I smoked another CAO Consigliere, but I've smoked so many of those, and so yeah. I mean, I guess that's really the only one of real note.
Nice. I do just want to say a quick hi to everyone on Instagram who's watching us, and of course on rumble.com. Thank you, of course, for checking us out tonight as we're back. But of course, I'll go up to Kate and then I'll go down to Grump. Kate, what cigars have you smoked over the Christmas period? What stuck out to you and what you would recommend to people that you've smoked?
I kind of been smoking through my stock. I got some Perdomo 12-year double age. Smoked a couple of those. Caldwell Eastern Standard, CAO Session. Been smoking some of the United cigars. Couple Crown Heads, but I've been on my pipe quite a bit. So got some new pipe tobacco in and been hitting that pretty hard. But yeah, still get that craving for a cigar every couple days though. But At least I've been on the pipe a couple times a day, every day, usually.
Yeah. And Grump, what about you, Brew? What have you smoked over the Christmas period? What stuck out to you that you'd recommend?
Well, actually, my Maduro sampler was a little late getting here, but I still had a couple of the Uniteds left, Crown Head, Mil Diaz left. That's always a good one. That's another one that's smooth as smooth can be.
Yeah.
I did smoke the Garofalo from United that I had. Smoked the Red Anchor that I had left from United. I enjoyed that, but I mean, I'm not going to be stocking my humidor at what, $20 a pop.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a great cigar though.
Yeah.
And then once my sampler showed up, of course, I've got the EP Carrillo La Historia.
Yeah, great cigar. Great cigar.
Yeah, and then this triple Maduro from Camacho. It's also got Penn Standard.
Yeah.
The Maduro, Penn Standard Maduro, and Oliva Series V, and then the La Aurora.
Yeah, La Aurora.
Oh, it was an all Maduro sampler, so all of those are in Maduro, and I've had one of each of them now. Of course, a couple of them I hadn't had before I got that sampler now, but right now it would be with what I've had over the holidays. I mean, I wouldn't want to pick just one, but the La Historia would probably rank right up there, probably the top, the best one that I had through the Christmas holiday.
You know something? I like the last story, and of course, EP Gorilla, especially in Nesto, he knows what he's doing with cigars, as we've said before on the podcast. And of course, we will all be smoking that cigar one night live on the podcast, where we'll all be smoking the last story and going off each other's notes to what we get on the cigar. And just want to put a shout out, of course, to Jesse. So, of course, Tobacco G Sticks. It is his daughter's birthday today, and she's turned 8. So many happy returns to his daughter, and happy birthday to her.
Happy
And we hope she has a
birthday.
great birthday. But you know something? I've smoked some great cigars. I've drank some great whiskey and bourbon over Christmas and never stop eating. And of course, we've got in contact. We've had a couple of cigars over the Christmas period. We've been live, of course, on TikTok and in the Discord. So we've had a great time, and that's the thing. But this year, of course, 2025. Did you make any New Year's resolutions? I know one of mine. Smoke more cigars and enjoy. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. But did you guys any of you guys make any New Year's resolutions for this year? So Grump, did you make any for this year?
Mm-mm. No. That would go down for what some people would consider a rabbit hole, considering we kind of stay out of the briar patch with politics and religion. But I can make all the resolutions and I can make all the plans I want to make.
Yep.
And
Matthew, what about you?
Life comes along.
Yeah. My New Year's resolution about 5 years ago was to stop breaking my New Year's resolution. So I decided that meant I should make no more New Year's resolutions. So
See there.
Kate, did you make any?
No, not really. No, just working on some things, but no. Don't want to.
Something.
I don't want to jinx.
I think a lot of people don't bother with it. I know some people, of course, their normal ones are, I'm going to go to the gym. Of course, over here in England at the moment, we do what's called Dry January. so no one smokes. No one drinks, sorry, over the dry January month. And it's, if you chose to do it, basically for charity. And a lot of people do that. But you know something? I think in the olden days, when you look at how it was, yeah, people used to make them. Of course, in the 80s and 90s and getting into the 2000s, I used to make them. I used to break them. So now I don't make them, like we said. But I'm just glad there's each of us have had a great Christmas. We've had a great New Year. We've smoked some great cigars. And we're all excited, of course, for 2025. And like I say, I can't wait to start sitting down with some fantastic guests that we've got. So well done, of course, to Matthew for getting these guests situated, and Grumpy, and of course Jesse, and as well as you, Kate, for getting the guests situated. And you know something? We can't wait to show you who we've got. And also, we've got another little trick up our sleeves that we're going to be doing, but we're not going to give too much away. So you need to be watching, because we have got a different little trick up our sleeve with what we're going to be doing with the Cigar Loons podcast. And yeah, but the main one, of course, and I'm going to ask Grumpy first. And it's something I saw in the news. And he mentioned about going down the rabbit hole, so balls, dude. We're going to go down a fucking rabbit hole. Is Canada going to be part of the United States of America? Now they've lost the
America's
president. Is America going to have Canada? Now the president's left in Canada.
Along with the Panama Canal, along with Greenland.
That
We are
seems-
expanding our horizons.
Mm.
They just thought they saw Flex the first time around. They fixing to see Flex.
Oh boy.
You know something? I keep seeing a lot happening in the news. A lot happening in the
Just scared
news.
Matthew.
And I've seen a lot of these videos where Trump has said today about making it, of course, the 51st state and bringing it, of course, to the Americans and basically having it as America again, Canada, and how they're going to be better off and all the rest. And it's crazy. It's crazy with what we're seeing, of course,
I
in
mean,
the news and different things. It is.
Where's the downside in that? I mean, you know, where's the downside in having a state the size of Canada? What's that do for everybody's economy?
I mean, wouldn't it make sense for him to be multiple states? Because it's currently multiple territories.
Well, I mean, you could go that way with it. I mean, there's no problem with that. Count every one of them territories as a state. We just have to make new flags. That's all.
Yeah, we got to do that regardless if we add an actual another state.
Yeah, exactly. But still, why not add 10 if you're going to add one? I mean, bust them out just like they are. If they want to stay that way, let them all be their individual state within that one, you know. Okay, now we got 10 more states in the U.S. or whatever, however many territories there are up there. Add that many more states. We can accommodate. We're flexible. We're not the tyrant ogres everybody thinks we are.
I think
So
my daughters might
what do you
disagree with
reckon,
you.
Kurt, about Canada, of course?
Well, I don't know where I've been, but this first I heard
to you,
about it.
Matthew, and go. You'll take.
I heard about Greenland, but I haven't heard anything about Canada. I did see the announcement where the prime minister is stepping down, but I don't know, man. That's a reach. I have to see what happens, I guess.
Yeah,
This is the main thing, you know. Something we talk about different things, and this is one that we're going to talk about. But of course, we'll go over to Matthew, and Matthew will get your take on it, and then I'm going to go over some figures from 2023 and 2024 of the difference in cigar importation, and we're going to reveal a little bit about that. So, of course, Matthew, what's your take on this? And of course, and what's of course, a man in England was just arrested for praying outside. What's up with England? An Iron Man got 20 months in jail Beyond racial slurs here, police dog. It's England for you, my brother. That's all I can say. It's England. Yeah, we don't do things right here, free.
I can't believe that. How you do
Was
that?
it racist against the dog?
Yeah, really.
Called
How
him,
do
called
you
him
do
Slurs
that?
there, dog.
You didn't like the
Hey,
shepherd, or was
jeez.
it a Doberman, or what? I mean,
It was a Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas are fucking evil.
I'm telling you what, man.
Little rage monsters. I
Jeez.
tell you.
I need a drink for that comment. I need a drink. Todd, you make me drink, bro. But thanks for that, bro.
A Chihuahua
Well, I mean,
police dog.
I was just trying to figure out how you did that. I mean,
That's an interesting story right there. I tell you.
go back. I mean, obviously, what maybe to the breed of dog or what? I mean,
Right. So as far as the Canada thing goes, I
yeah,
don't even try to fucking pontificate on shit like that. It's too random. You know, well, if it happens, it happens. It'll suck because, you know, they'll have to get rid of all their Cuban cigars too.
no, that's our gateway in right there.
I know that's our only spot I can drive to and get some, right? So
Yeah,
might have to
But
make a trip soon. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, of course.
Move along.
I said I was going to go on and talk about, of course, imports. So once again, handmade cigar shipments are on the rise, and it's been revealed, of course, what the rise is. So, of course, Cigar Association of America showed a 4.6% gain for premium handmade imports to the United States through October to 362.8 million cigars compared to 346.8 million for the same period of 2023. So, of course, they saw a gain of 3.8%, which was reported in September. But overall, it showed, of course, in October, there's Nicaragua. It had 203.8, and that was in 2023. Over 2024, they saw 210.9 million, which was 350% increase. Dominican Republic, of course, was 82.9 in 2023. In 2024, it went to 94.2, which was 13.60%. That they saw. Honduras was 58.6, and they saw a decline of 54.7, which was a decline roughly of 6.7%. Costa Rica, they saw 1.1 of cigars coming in 2023, and then 2024 it was 2.3, which they saw a 109.30% increase. And then other countries, which was 0.4, went to 0.7, which of course was 75% increase that they saw. And it's crazy because you look there straight away. The big three, as we always say, the big three. And we know what the big three are. Of course, Dominican Republic, Honduras, and then of course, Nicaragua. And to see Honduras take that much of a decline, what's gone on? So, Grumpy, I'm going to go you first. What do you reckon's gone on for Honduras to take that much of a knock and see a decrease in cigars from Honduras coming in? What do you reckon it is?
well, I'm not sure what I would blame it on. I mean, I personally like Honduras tobacco myself. I mean, I don't know, you know, really what would cause that. I mean, I don't know if that's not my pay grade or what, but I mean, you know, it's something that it's beyond my understanding. That you know, because I just don't know, man. Lost.
Well, what do you reckon, Kate? I'll go up to you, Kate, and what do you reckon?
It may be. I feel like the Dominican Republic's becoming more popular, so maybe they're stealing some of that market share. A lot of people are moving over there, whether they're ready to export stuff from there or not. But I think maybe I think there's a few more people setting up shop there. I've been to Honduras. It's been almost 30 years ago, and it's back then it was a pretty primitive country. So I don't know how much it's improved since then, but it's tough. And like I say, the Dominican Republic, I think, is becoming more popular, at least in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
That'd be my guess.
about you, Matthew? What do you reckon?
Well, I guess I really can't speak as much on Honduras drop as I can on I think Nicaraguan cigars have become sort of the hot cigar at this point. Everybody has, Nicaraguan cigars. All the big companies have Nicaraguan puros now.
Yep.
Usually multiples of them. So I think they are really growing. I know that a lot of the Nicaraguan puros are sort of hitting my sweet spot as far as the flavors that I like to look for in a cigar. So, I guess I'm a little biased on that one, but yeah, the Dominican has a lot of really affordable cigars coming out of Dominica.
Oh yeah.
And I think that that has an effect on that too.
Yeah. You know something? You look at last year alone, and of course we knew there's most of the ferries that were kind of course cigars over to the United States. Of course, the ports were shut. That might have had a knock on as well. And different things. It could be, of course, the weather might have had a knock on as they couldn't produce enough cigars to get out. And we always look at the big three, and they always say, of course, that it was the big four, and Cuba was always at the top. To me, Cuba's always been a country that's always down the bottom because they're on their own, basically. They're an own country. There's nothing else that comes out of there except for Cuban cigars. When you look at your big three, it was always, of course, Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican. Then you saw Dominican take over Honduras. Then you saw, of course, Dominican take over Nicaragua and Honduras take over. And it seems to be now it's well balanced again to Nicaragua, Dominican, Honduras. And they are always going to be your big three. But of course, we're seeing cigars that are coming out of Mexico. We're seeing cigars that are coming out of Costa Rica. We're seeing cigars that are coming out, like I said to you guys, from Gotland, out in Switzerland. We're seeing a lot of different tobaccos being used. And there's a lot of great cigars out. And hopefully it carries on this year and the numbers go back up again. But
when I think about
that's a crazy number. Go on, Kurt.
When I think about Honduras, I think the major company that comes to my mind is EP Carrillo. A lot of their cigars have, they just came out with that new one, the Honduran or whatever it was.
Rocky Batal.
Yeah.
Rocky Batal uses Honduran tobacco a lot. Rocky does.
Doesn't Punch use a bunch of Honduran too, in some of theirs?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a lot, and it's a shame. It's a shame to see that, and
yeah,
hopefully 2025 it creeps back up, and we see the numbers, of course, come back up. But I ain't gonna beat around the bush with this because you know me, I'm English, and us English don't beat around the fucking bush. What did you reckon of Cigar Aficionado's top 25 list? What did you reckon? Because you know my answer on it. I thought it was absolutely fucking appalling. Their list. I did.
Yeah.
God's honest truth, I thought it was absolutely appalling for what they've done to the cigar market and the cigars that were on it. I was not impressed whatsoever.
I'm not sure what logic they used in some of the selections and some of the placements. Because there was obviously other choices that could have and should have been considered.
Well, this one. Brickhouse.
There you go.
Yeah. At number 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
It
bad
seems a
cigar.
bit high for that guy.
It's not a bad cigar. I like it, but it wasn't a number 10 in my eyes. And
Yeah.
you know something? Like we keep saying, why include Cuban cigars to a
Yeah.
cigar publication that is just to the United States? Why keep putting Cubans in? You guys can't get Cubans, so why keep doing it? And it seems to be we go from 2023, which was an appalling year with Cigar Aficionado, to 2024, and it's appalling again. Do you reckon? We all know, and it's hard to say it, and I hate to say it, but we know if you're a big company, and we're not going to mention names, if you've got a bit of money behind you and you're greasing the wheel, like Matthew's saying, grease the wheel, you're going to be up there. Which, what do you reckon, Matthew, on the whole thing of that? Do you reckon it was an okay list? Do you reckon it was a shit list? What's your perspective on the top 25 by Cigar Aficionado?
Well, to be honest, I didn't study it much. I looked it up once and thought to myself, well, that's a bunch of bullshit, and I just kind of set it down. Not a fan for sure. I think there's a lot of pay to play going on, like was just said in the chat there. I think that I put it in the same line as like Whiskey Advocate. I think last year made Jack Daniel's Bonded like the top whiskey of the year. The year before, it was one of those years, and that's just absurd. Jack Daniel's Bonded is a good whiskey, but like it doesn't deserve to be in the top 10 of that list.
Yeah.
So it's just wild to me. And both of those magazines are owned by the same people, so not a shock to me that they both suck at making lists.
Yeah. What about you, Kate? What did you think of the whole Cigar Aficionado list?
Well, I thought it was different this year. I mean, when I look back at the 2023 list, and I can't remember exactly which one was number 1 and 23, but it seems like
That was the My Father.
Seems like there was a lot of higher end cigars that were a little bit out of the price range of the average individual on that list. Where this one, there was some more economical cigars on it, but I don't. Yeah, I can't. When I look at, and nothing against Brick House, it's an excellent cigar, but I just don't. I kind of put it in my mind. I just kind of put it in that budget category. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just where it kind of falls for me.
I think not only is it sort of a budget cigar, but it's also sort of a beginner cigar. You know what I mean? It's kind of a simple flavors, simple. It's not going to blow you away, so it's a good thing to start with. But it just blows my mind that it's in the top 10.
It's true though. What of course DA says there, and you spend more money on ads in a magazine, and of course your company will be placed high on the list, and they can't lose their ads, which is true. But when you look at that list of top 25, we know of course that My Father the Judge Grand Robusto was at the top. Over here, for that cigar, it's well over £32. Then, of course, you've got a Monte Cristo 1933 Anniversary Nicaraguan Espresso. That was number 2. EP Carrillo, the Encore. I like that. It's the original brown and gold. I've smoked it. Padron. Well, you always knew Padron was going to be up there with the series, of course, 1926, number 6. But then to have Partagas, the Lina Masteria Mastro, which over here is a £72 cigar. That's a Cuban. You got that number 5. But just looking at the list overall, when you've got, of course, Foundation Cigars with the Ascom at number 12, that could have been higher. Viva La Vida with the Jester at number 13, that could have been higher. Of course, this year we saw the first time in a long time Perdomo with the 30th anniversary on there. And then, of course, we saw other companies that we knew, but putting Takawa...
Where did that land?
So we saw Perdomo was at number 16 with the 30th anniversary sun-grown Epicure. Of course, Tatawahe was number 25 with the Rosario A Uno. And it's crazy because you look at that and you go, seriously? Them cigars could have been higher. And then,
Well, I don't think the 30th deserved to be as high as it is, personally.
but
It was a decent cigar, but
yeah, but it's like their steps of how they do their process. So step one, we review the highest scoring cigars from the past year and assemble a new tasting for only these cigars. Repurchase, reband, and then resmoke the cigars blind. Testers don't know the identity of the cigar. Step 3. The top scoring cigars are then smoked against each other through multiple rounds. Then step 4, a new list of 25 cigars is assembled. So that's what they do on that. But if we go back a year and we go to 2023, right? 2023 list, straight away, Fuente, Opus X. That's what hit number 1 in 2023. Number 2, you had Padron, Series 1926, number 43. Then, of course, Oliva, the Series V Milano. That was on the list again this year. Rocky Patel. Then you had, of course, the Allegiance by E.P. Carrillo. Then, of course, you had the Blackened at number 7, which, of course, was by Drew Estate. La Roma de Cuba again on there. Of course, the Al Popo by Viva La Vida. That was number 10. You got the My Fathers again at number 13 with the La Bouge. Okay, you had Cordwell on there. Then Monte Cristo again. Cohiba on there again. Tatawahe last in 2023 was placed at number 18. And that was with the Miami Havana. And it's crazy. You look at number 25 in 2023, and it was the cigar that we voted number 1 for us. And that was, of course, West Hamper Tobacco with the red. That was 2023.
Right.
It's just crazy. They're not seeing a lot of the smaller boutique companies that are making excellent cigars and putting them on the list. They keep going back to the same routine of Cohiba, Partagas, Arturo Fuente, J.C. Newman. Let's put Partagas back on. Let's put Monte Cristo back on. They're not looking at these other small companies who are making great cigars and putting them on. And I definitely think something needs to change. The cigar aficionado.
I feel like Padron could be on the top whatever list most years because they just make good cigars, but like, you know, they're pricey as hell.
Yeah.
So it's like a celebratory smoke, you know. But it doesn't make sense for them to be at the top every year because you got so many other cigar companies coming out with such amazing shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're not dissing the companies. We're not dissing Arturo Fuente and the rest of them. We're not. What we are dissing is that list, because that list basically it doesn't show off the boutique cigar companies. And my biggest thing is we are about boutique, and you should be supporting boutique because you look at most of the boutique cigars, they are made at some of the big factories like the Sensia, like Aganorsa, like Drew Estate, and different places where they're made. And they didn't even get a mention on that list. It's always, let's put the Cubans on. To me, you got rid of all the Cubans off that list. It opens up spaces then for of course, boutique cigars to be on there. In different companies who are making cigars. Just get rid of the Cubans. Do a Cuban list if you want. And just have it placed on your internet for England to see. Not for America, because you can't get Cubans. And this has been my point for the last 2 years. Take Cubans off that list.
Yeah, I mean,
the problem with that is that, and this is just me playing devil's advocate here, but you know, Cuban cigars are wildly popular everywhere else in the world. We're the only ones who can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it would be like pandering if they completely got rid of them. And, you know, people get bitchy about that too. So I don't know. I just
Yeah, it's a hard one, and to be honest with you, let's see, of course, what 2025 brings with a list out in December in 2025. Of course, we all know we did ours, and well done, of course, to everyone that was on our list that we did for 2024, and we will, of course, be doing another one for this year, and we can't wait to do that. Do you reckon? And this is going to sound maybe a little bit judgmental, maybe not, but do you reckon there's if you bring out a top 5 or a top 25 cigar list of 2024 and bring it out in January, do you reckon you've missed the market? Because in my eyes, I reckon you've missed the market. You should have been bringing it out in 2024, not 2025.
I don't know if I have much of an opinion on that, other than, I guess if you had something that came out last month and you wanted to make sure you considered it, I guess it makes sense. But I don't know how many new cigars are coming out in December.
None, because
If
everywhere
any.
was shut in December. Everywhere was
Right.
shut.
Yeah, I mean, you've got plenty of time.
Yep. It
You
just
could
makes me
actually
laugh.
start putting it together, August, September. How many people come out with something that late in the year? Rare.
Well, you think when we have the PCA and we see the new cigars come out of PCA, you could start doing your cigar list as soon as PCA comes out with what's on it.
Pretty
and
much.
go, right, I want to try most of these cigars and do a list. But what do you reckon, Kate? Do you reckon it's too late now to do a cigar list, or do you reckon it's each to their own?
Did I tell you all about the new pipe that I carved over Christmas?
Kate, don't change the subject.
Bob and weave.
Don't change the subject, my brother.
I guess that's why we live, well, of course you don't, but we live in America. We can do what we want. You can do whatever you want. No offense to our brother over there, but I don't know, man. I just,
something. I know I can be outspoken, but I do think there's if you're going to be doing a list and saying 2024, bring it out in 2024, not 2025, because people now are looking forward to 2025. They don't want to go back to 2024, which could have been a shit year. And something, it always seems to be there's, like Grumpy said, there's enough time to do a list. Just like when we did ours, it took us practically from the start of the year, as we mentioned it as an idea. We had a night where we sat together, and within 2 weeks the show was done. We were live with it. It doesn't take much to do it. Yes, okay, I know it could be timing with different people and all the rest, but to do a list now, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. And I might be old school in my thinking, but I know with talking to other people in the cigar community, they've all said, why bring out a list now in January? You should have been bringing it out last year. And these are ones that own cigar lounges in England. So what's that say? When you've got cigar lounges in England that are saying it's too late to do a list now. But hey ho, each to their own. Happy New Year. Hope you all enjoy. Yes, I am back, and I'm free
like assholes.
I'm free for birthday parties and Christmas parties. You've only got to boot me. OnlyFans, Rocky__N Piper. You can find me on OnlyFans.
God,
when you're smoking a pipe, it's important to gently tamper down the tobacco every once in a while.
There you go.
Yeah.
Keeps the carry warm.
Tamper it down.
We won't be the Cigar Loons if we win the Cigar Loons. And something, we don't mean any ill will to anyone. Something. It's just stuff that we see and stuff that we mention. And
Here's a question for you guys. I got one for you.
Go on then.
Not cigar related, but I'm just dying to know your opinion of Jaguar's new marketing scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That one's a little bit sore with me. It's. Yeah. Okay, Matthew. Let's move on from that one.
I did
I
it.
don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, I ain't seen that.
It's interesting. You should Google that shit.
There's a lot that I've seen, and there's a lot now,
What,
of course.
Jaguar's promotion?
Yeah.
They have completely changed their whole design of their company to be a bit more inclusive.
Yeah.
We'll say.
You know
talking about
something?
Jaguar the
Colorful.
car?
Yes.
Yeah, Jaguar the car.
The English car. Yes.
Yeah, it's the English car that we had.
They're owned by Ford, aren't they?
No, not
Ford
anymore.
owns them. No.
No, they got rid of. They got bought out from there a while ago. I think they're owned by. I don't remember anymore. Ford got rid of them like 5 years after they bought them,
Oh, okay.
and then they started being good cars again. They were shit when Ford bought them.
They were, and then of course everything's gone fucking titsed up again, haven't they? With Jaguar.
I'm curious to see what the cars look like. The logo sucks now.
I don't agree with changing the design of the logo and putting like a fucking.
It looks
owl in
terrible
compared
now.
to the Jag. It's like what the actual frig are they doing? And you look on the website, you've got a pink and purple car, and it's like, who wants a fucking candy floss bastard pink car? I fucking don't. And it's so stupid. And you know something? This is another thing with social media, and everything that's changed over the years. The censorship bullshit that's been going on over the years, and everything needs to change. And of course, I saw a post today from Mark Zuckerberg, of course, who owns Facebook, and he has said that basically he's not going to have now people's posts on Facebook being watched. There's basically Facebook should be a place for freedom of speech. And this is the thing. There's a big one at the moment that's going on with McDonald's over here. So McDonald's has been in the newspapers for sexual harassment. Basically, some of the McDonald's branches have been sexually
like
harassing.
The clown, or
no, the whole brand, not the clown, my brother, but
Ronald, I knew he looked shady.
Sexual misconduct against some of the underage staff.
Fucking hamburger, wasn't it?
There's also been a report of discrimination towards disabled people. And also, there's one of the main managers at one of the McDonald's branches here in England, went up to one of his Jewish workers and gave him the salute of the Nazis. Yeah. And it's all over. Cool. And they're in court at the moment with our MPs over the 0-hour contracts. And a lot's going on. And then, of course, as we know, with X, Elon Musk has decided to go on a full tangent rant about the UK government concealing Jimmy Savile, of course, the notorious paedophile over in England, and different things. And everything's going on. You look at the whole of England, you look at America, and everywhere. There's more coming out. And we did say 2025, we'd see a lot more. Of course, we already know P. Diddy's list is coming out this year. That's going to shock a lot of people with you involved.
Yeah. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on that first list.
Which one? The Weinstein list?
Epstein.
Oh, Epstein? Yeah,
Epstein,
not Weinstein.
But, you know something? I think what's happened over here in England, again, sick of it, is And I didn't give a shit about saying it. But Alan DeGeneres, she can fuck off and she can come back to the States. Why the fuck do we want her in England? I hate the woman.
Did she move there?
She's
Yeah,
coming to you, baby.
She's over in England now. She's in Gloucestershire. She's moved
Yeah,
over, and of course, we don't
you
want
can
her.
fucking have her.
We don't fucking want her.
She even brought her Porsche with her.
Oh, P. Diddy's bitch. You can go back to fucking P. Diddy in my ass. Fuck them all. Anyone who's involved in it. Yeah. But anyway.
That's gonna be some ugly stuff when it all comes out.
Oh, trust me, I'll be sitting
If
with a
it
cigar.
all comes out.
I should be sitting there with a cigar and watching it all. And there's a lot of things. But a great thing as well, what's happened, of course, this year, and we are going to go back onto our normal topic, being cigars, of course. Yeah, we go off tangent now and again. Is well done, of course, to Ricky Rodriguez and also to Ernesto from EP Carrillo, and their cigar has finally hit the market, and that, of course, is the Circle of Life. So well done to him, and I hope everyone enjoys the cigar. Each being one that, of course, we've waited for a little bit, and it's finally hit the market. And I wish him all the best in the world, because I like Ricky. I do like Ricky.
Sure.
A lot of the guests that we've got coming up this year, I can't fault them for who we've got coming this year, because we have got some great ones. Like I say, next week, of course, we have got Bryce, and that's from Silent Hero Cigars. So he's going to be talking about his own cigars that he's made, of course, how he gives back to different charities, and of course his ex-service, and he'll be talking about that. And you know something, everyone's been raving on about their cigars at the moment, especially the Candela that he's got, and what a fantastic thing they did over the Christmas period, of course, raising money, and that was, of course, for the veterans, and they give it back to the veterans at the food shelters. So well done to Bryce and everyone that was involved. Of course, our friends from the Cigar Misfits are involved. Our friends, of course, from the Leaf Cutters were involved, so well done to them as well for doing their share, and to everyone else that was involved, well done. But you know something? We are going to have a great year, and of course, Jesse will be back next week. He's just popped off tonight because, of course, it being his daughter's birthday. And Kate, I know you were talking about your pipe, but for anyone, of course, who hasn't seen it, I'm going to blow you up, my brother. And of course, let's show everyone the pipe that you made. So let's put you up.
Yes.
Well, I was actually able to want to try my hand at carving a pipe, so I actually was able to take a block of briar, and I turned out with something I could actually smoke, and I'm very happy with it. But this is my, I call this one the Patriot. I carved a star relief in there. I've got some stripes on there, and then I did a pearl acrylic stem. It's got a rustic top on it. Very happy with it. So it turned out, and it smokes like a dream.
Yeah,
beautiful.
of course. It is a nice pipe, and like I said to you before, Kurt, I take my hat off to you for putting stuff like that together, because I can't. It takes me all my time just putting a podcast together with all of you and making the slides. Especially when I haven't had a drink. But anyway, I'm enjoying this whiskey. It's getting all right with the cigar, of course, and that's the thing. I don't know what I'm smoking next week, but I've got to say,
Either.
Kate, you've got an interesting cigar, and of course I'm a little bit jealous, and it is, of course, Christoph, and it being the guardrail. I know you've got that one, my brother, and can't wait to hear about that cigar and how that smokes, of course. I've been smoking a lot.
I haven't
of the
smoked it yet.
Yeah, I've been smoking a lot of the Vengeance, and of course the 20th anniversary of Vincetti, and I've really been enjoying that cigar. And you know something, you look at Christoph. They're bringing some great cigars out, but we never see Christoph on the Cigar Aficionado list. We don't see them on many cigar lists,
Right.
and it makes me wonder. It's the same with Hiram and Solomon. Hiram and Solomon make some great cigars, and why they haven't been on. But I'm going to go over to another one, and this happened last night, and I won't get Matthew's take, because we talk about anything. What did you reckon of Raw on Netflix last night, my brother? The very first show on Netflix.
I thought it was a very well done show, personally. Just all the fanfare and everything that came with it. The way they started the night with that pretty well put together video, and then Triple H, after the curtains drop and he does his "Are you ready?" thing, and then they break right into The Rock coming in right after that. I mean, it was just really exciting night for Raw, a really exciting night for WWE, I think. I was happy to see some of that stuff ended. I don't want to give spoilers away to anybody who hasn't seen it yet, because they can go watch it again on Netflix.
So,
But yeah, it was a good show.
Roman Reigns won Solo Sikoa.
Or we will spoil it. Fuck it, I guess.
No.
I was happy Rhea Ripley won.
Yep.
I was happy Rhea Ripley won. I was happy to watch her kick fucking Dom in the nuts. That was awesome.
I was happy to see the Undertaker come back on a motorbike.
That was badass. That was so cool. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
What do you reckon?
I always
about
wonder about them
having
driving
his
a motorcycle through an arena, though. Isn't that gonna
but what about?
There's a lot of exhaust there.
But what about John Cena? Of course, with it being his final run, do you reckon he's going to surpass Ric Flair, or do you reckon he's going to stay at the number he is? Because Ric Flair's gone on record to say there's John Cena's not going to do it. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Randy. Randy Orton's going to surpass him on title wins.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're honestly setting it up to have it happen. You know what I mean? Because he's on this huge losing streak, and they're looking for that big dramatic moment, and that's exactly what that would be if he won. Now, whether or not he wins a championship after it, all that does is guarantee him a match, right? It guarantees him a match at WrestleMania. It doesn't really guarantee him a championship. So I get the feeling that he might win it for sure. Like I would say, I'd say 75% positive he will win the Royal Rumble, but then lose the championship match at WrestleMania.
What did you reckon, of course, of Hulk Hogan last night? No, of course,
the fact that they booed the fucking shit out of him?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was ugly.
We know, of course, we had Hulk Hogan at the rallies with Trump. We know, of course, The Undertaker and Kane, they were at a couple of tapings. They did a couple of promos with Trump. I know, of course, The Undertaker had him on his podcast show. But
Undertaker can do no wrong, though. He won't.
To see Hulk Hogan last night get totally booed out of the arena and then turn around and go, well, I've been with the likes of, ooh, yeah, Macho Man and the big giant Andre, and trying to change it. It was just like, you've lost this one. You've lost this one.
Yeah,
bro. It's time to go.
Bad.
It's time hide. It's time hide.
Well,
I think that was the lackluster of the show, to be honest. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I think if they were gonna have him come in, they had to go somewhere other than LA. I mean, that was probably the worst spot to bring him in to say something,
Of course, we know next week's going to be great. We know, of course, there's going to be a new Lucha Libre wrestler going to be turning up, which I definitely think it's going to be Pantera. He's turning up because his contract's ended at AEW, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with wrestling and how it goes, because there's a lot of different things, as we know. And I do like Cody Rhodes. I haven't smoked Cody Rhodes cigars, the American Rebel cigars. I do need to try them. I've heard some great things about his cigars, and you can get them from Stogie Press. So Stogie Press out in the States has got them on there, and they've got the Maduros, they've got an Habano, and I believe they've got a Connecticut as well, and some great cigars. But you know something?
Check them out.
It's been a great night. It's been a great night. We've had a chat and had a catch up, and
I got one
some
of
different things.
Questions.
Go on then.
Okay.
Where are they getting ready to stick Flair back in, or is he just trying to be a TikTok sensation now that his woo is wore out?
Yeah, he's
I'm
definitely
seeing
not
him-
going to come back and do anything. He can barely walk.
Yeah, I'm
Can
seeing
you-
him pop
can
up
you-
everywhere. Like they're
can you
trying to
imagine-
keep him relevant for some reason.
Can you imagine putting him in one last match? He nearly died in his last match. It would be a case of Ric Flair's final match before he croaks
Right?
and croaks in the ring.
Actually, he would probably
Yeah.
be doing that stutter prance thing that he does and fall over.
He's
Right,
already
just-
asked for. He's already said he's match ready, and he wants another match. I just think when you get to that certain age
Yeah.
and your body's
he's
taken
super
that
old.
much toll in wrestling, it's time to give up. And you know something, as we know, and Kurt will know, like you don't like Matthew and myself and anyone who's watching, we've lost that many young wrestlers to either steroids, the heart being too big, cancers, liver diseases, different things, and we've lost that many to suicide and all the rest.
Yeah.
Like the Undertaker said, he knew from the amount of injuries he had from doing both eyes with his audible wounds in his eyes, doing his hips, his knees, ribs, and different things. He was wrestling one match with a broken foot, which was against Mick Foley in Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
He still did it because he had to. And now they're paying for it. Look at Hulk Hogan, the amount of back surgeries he had. And last night when he walked out, he was walking like an old man. Normally, you see him on a walking stick.
Yeah.
Your body's supposed to not take that much. And you've only got to look at it in boxing, MMA, American football, rugby. Your body cannot withstand that much impact from that kind of living, of doing them sports constantly. You can't do it. Your body's only here for a certain amount of time. And you've only got to look at your back. You do one thing wrong with your back, the rest of your back finally goes. And you can never repair your back. And I know that from, of course, how I am with my back and different people that we know. It's a hard thing to get out of, and it's a hard thing to switch that gladiator type perspective that you've got of, well, look at me, I'm a big tough man, I can wrestle, I can do this, I can do it as good as the 20-year-olds. And then you look and you go, well, my balls are touching my knees, I've got big wrinkly old titties, I ain't fucking got a six-pack and the muscles like I used to have, and yeah, I can't fucking do this no more. And you've got to just say, yeah, I'm done, I'm tired. And it's hard for people. I think the only reason Hulk Hogan, and the reason they're using Hulk Hogan, is because they still think he's got some popularity. He hasn't. Ever since that racial slur he made, being kicked out of the Hall of Fame, being brought back, his affiliation with Vince McMahon hasn't done him any good whatsoever.
Yeah.
Look at Brock Lesnar.
You know,
Brock Lesnar's still not back.
unfortunately, in the court of public opinion, it doesn't matter how many times you apologize and try to make up for shit you did in the past anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Amen, brother. Amen to that one.
you know, I just don't think he's gonna get where they want him to be. I mean, he was on a radio show here in Cleveland area last year, and actually it was a really good conversation, and everybody kind of came out of it going, wow, that was actually nice, because he owned up to all the shit. You know, he didn't just back up away from any questions. He didn't dodge any questions. You know, and I feel like, you know, none of that fucking matters, unfortunately.
I think what we're seeing now with a lot more wrestlers, and I don't know if you've seen it, Matthew. And Kate, I don't know if you know about this. Grumpy, you probably do. But way back, you would keep kayfabe. So kayfabe, or kayfabe, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, I'm a heel. So basically, I'm the babyface. I'm always winning. And Kate, you're the bad guy. You're the bad back door cow.
Easy now.
But we were good friends, and we used to play cards and go drinking. We'd have family dues and all the rest. You and me couldn't be seen out in public because in the wrestling ring, we don't get on. We're enemies. And I think what social media has done now, it's opened everyone's eyes up to the true people. It's like The Undertaker. The Undertaker kept it to work for so long and kept it hidden he didn't want to be known as basically he was a normal person. He wanted everybody to think he was a dead man. And it's crazy when you look at that. And now, and of course, Hulk Hogan, you're seeing more of that Terry Bollea coming out with how he's talking. And
Yeah.
he's admitting his faults. Of course, falling out with Randy Savage, falling out, of course, with Brutus the Barber Beefcake, what he did to the Ultimate Warrior with that
Yeah.
documentary, and how they just dissed him all the way through it and made amends with him before he passed away. It's hard, and it's a hard thing to see. And I just want to say, of course, hello to the people who are coming in. So, of course, hello, Malcolm, and of course to AJ. Happy New Year, my brother. Hope you're all right.
Yeah.
And everything.
Is this a work? What kind of work?
Is this a work or a
It's
shoot?
crazy.
That's more wrestling terms.
Yeah.
Mm.
I saw where they were
It's-
discussing that too on an interview.
To be honest with you, Triple H mentioned it last night about how it's been, and people now know the terms, of course, of heel, babyface, a work, a spot. And this is all down to social media because none of us really knew about this stuff. People were believing there's The Undertaker and Kane, the real life brothers, but they're not. In a lot of different things. These people didn't get on in real life, but they were friends and they're having barbecues and all the rest. And
Right. Well, it's like they talk about, Dom goes on all these podcasts and he talks about his wife. He's not involved with Liv or fucking Rhea. He's got a wife
yeah,
who's beautiful and kids. It's just, they're
not.
actors. It is what it
and
is.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
You look at the whole thing of Dom saying, "Well, Rey Mysterio, you're a wanker of a father," and blah blah, and all this. Biggest way it going, because then you see the pictures of them where they're cuddling and different
yeah.
things, and they're at family dues, they're at family funerals, and different things. I think it's a hard one, and I think there's a lot that's going to come out again with Dark Side of the Ring. And to anyone who hasn't watched it, go and watch Dark Side of the Ring, because Dark Side of the Ring on Vice brings a lot of different things out that's happened in a lot of different wrestlers with what's gone on behind the back skates. They tried to go down on the Chris Benoit kind of story, and I don't think we'll ever know on the Chris Benoit what really happened. I know a lot of people said Kevin Sullivan had something to do with it, and Kevin Sullivan, of course, now is taking it to the grave. And you've only got to look there, Matthew, on one of these things with that. Nancy Benoit was already posted a week before on Wikipedia that she passed away, before she actually did. They also found outside the house different footprints that didn't match any of the shoes from Chris Benoit, Nancy Benoit, or anyone else.
Right.
So, can you believe into that story that maybe Kevin Sullivan did? Or is it just one of these, well, look, yeah, okay, cool, Kevin Sullivan was married to Nancy before. Yeah, of course, he didn't want her going to Chris Benoit and all this. He's one of them biggest conspiracy theories that we'll never know. And this is the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's such a tragic story. I don't even like talking about it. But I mean, if you just look at the amount of head trauma that guy dealt with, and he just, CTS is a real thing, and it makes people fucking crazy. It doesn't shock me at all. It doesn't shock me at all that somebody like that would just all of a sudden fucking snap.
Rod Rage has been known. I've seen people that I know. I've seen people that I know who have pumped steroids for years, been weightlifters, you name it, done it. As soon as they take too much, someone said the wrong thing to them, and they've gone off like a bottle of pop. And they're not the nicest people that you know. And it's crazy. I've seen it too many times.
I can vouch for that roid rage thing because when I was going through cancer treatment, there was a period of time there that they had me on steroids, and I didn't like myself, much less anybody around me.
Yeah.
So I know that's a real thing. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
you know,
it's crazy, but you know
it'll
something.
mess your head up.
Yeah, we chat about everything, and this is the thing when it's just the loons. We'll chat about wrestling, we'll chat about films, cigars, because we are. But keep your eyes open because in the next couple of months, there's going to be a new website coming out, and I can't give too much away, but the new website's going to be having some really interesting blogs on it, and it's going to be a great little website. It's going to have cigars on it for one, but it's going to have some different topics on there. It's going to be a great little website to catch hold of. We are the proud sponsors of this new website, so we're lucky enough to be sponsoring it and then being our new sponsor as well. So thank you for that, and I can't wait for people to see it. Of course, next week we're going to be live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, and of course midnight in England. And our guest is going to be Bryce from Silent Hero Cigars. So if you've had their cigars before, then if you've enjoyed them. If not, then bring the cigar along and come and watch the Cigar Loons and ask the questions. We have got a telephone line that's going to be coming active. So of course, if you want to ask the Loons a question about cigars, or if you want to ask the guest a question, we will be having that coming live and available soon. Hello, of course, to Tony, and Happy New Year to you, Tony. Thank you for checking us out. We are, of course, the Cigar
Happy
Loons,
New Year.
so thank you for coming.
What up?
And you know something? I've got to say a big thank you. You know something? We said it last year. We're going to say it again, but a big thank you to everyone that's either checked us out on Instagram, checked us out, of course, on YouTube or on rumble.com or the Facebook group. But we do really appreciate the likes and just hitting that subscription button. You know something? If you don't want to watch us again, we just appreciate the subscribe. If you really enjoy the show, then keep coming and watching and just give us a like, because we are trying to get up there. We're trying to get past the 200 marker, and we are live every week without fail. We're here every Tuesday. We're bringing you a different guest. We're trying to bring you a different show, chatting about different topics. So if you could, please go over to the YouTube, give it a subscribe, give it a like, hit that notification button. The notification button will tell you every Tuesday as we go live in case you forget the time. And we're always going to be here. Myself,
We'll have
of course, Kurt, Grumpy, Matthew, and Jesse. Go and like it for us, please. Go and like it.
And we're gonna make sure we do something and not give you such a big span of emptiness next year around the holiday season.
Yeah.
We know we have disappeared for a bit over the Christmas period, and we're not doing that again. And you know something, we try and keep the podcast as entertaining as we can, and we don't try and go over 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. We just try and get you as much. We try and get you as much information in the hour or the 2 hours that we go. And you know something, we do have guests where they just want to talk. And you know something, if the guest wants to talk, then we'll let it run. And that's the thing.
That's it.
Normally, we're here for an hour of time that we spend at night just getting together, having a cigar. By all means, if you want to come and join the Cigar Loons Discord, then go over to our website at www.cigarloons.com and you'll find our Discord link, and that will bring you straight into our Discord group, where you'll get to, of course, come and smoke a cigar with Kurt, Grumpy, Matthew, myself, Jesse, and the rest of the people that are in the Cigar Loons group. If you want to go and check us out on Facebook, it is Cigar Loons Podcast, EST 2023. On there, you can find that group. Of course, if you follow us on Instagram, it's the cigarloons.podcast on there. And we're trying to bring out some great stuff. And like I say, this year, we've got some great guests. March, pretty much every week we've got a guest in March. We've got some more stuff lined up. I haven't revealed the rest of the dates yet, but I'll give you January's, February's, and March's with what we've got coming. And we got some big guests. You know something, this year, and I look at last year, we had the likes, of course, of Laurel, I should say, Laurel from, of course, Laurel Tilly. There we go, Laurel Tilly. That's one. Lily Tilly. Well, Laurel Tilly, of course, from AJ Fernandez. That was a big guest. When you look, of course, at the other guests, EP Carrillo, when we had Dave Spart on, we've had some really great big guests coming on. We've got some more great big guests coming on this time, of course, as well as boutique cigar companies and some different stuff. We're going to be smoking some different cigars. We're going to be doing some more cigar reviews, like, of course, the EP Carrillo live story. We're going to be doing that. Me and Kate are probably going to get together and do a couple of little cigar reviews. Grumpy, me and Matthew are going to do some drinking and do some drink pairing. So that's going to be an awesome show. me and Matthew sitting pissed as farts, slurring the words. But yeah.
This one's a real good one right here.
I think
Yeah.
I think I got another idea that maybe you and I can explore too.
I thought we would do.
Sprinkled in throughout the year.
I thought we were doing that when we met up, my brother. When we gave me cuddle buddies.
Not that, my brother. Not that, my brother.
Here goes our G rating.
I think that went away with about the 8th F-bomb I dropped tonight. So
I think we lost the PG rating and the G rating years ago.
Yeah.
Well, no, we hope you've enjoyed, and like I say, Happy New Year to everyone. We hope you all had a great Christmas. Stay smoky, enjoy. Like I say, of course, it's been the Cigar Loons, which we are going to go because Kurt's freezing his balls off, and his balls are probably sticking to his chair. Yes,
His nose
so we
is
are going
blue.
to let him get off.
Does that mean anything? His nose is blue.
But have a great one. Stay smoky. Enjoy them cigars. And like I say, next week, we're going to be live, of course, with Silent Hero Cigars, Rice.
yes, sir.
And it's going to be a great show. And make sure to come along, ask your questions. And like I say, please hit that subscribe button. And if, of course, you got people in your family that are cigar smokers and you want to buy them a great t-shirt, go over to our website and you'll find the link that'll take you to our Amazon shop where you can get a t-shirt, and all sales from the t-shirts goes back into the podcast so we can carry on bringing this great show out with the great guests that we got. And it's a huge support for us by buying a t-shirt. I hate asking people to buy a t-shirt, but if you've got family that enjoy cigars, then go and grab a t-shirt. It does help towards the podcast, and we do thank you for that, and we do appreciate it. We appreciate all of you for coming along tonight. And like I say, thank you to everyone on Rumble. Thank you to everyone on Instagram. Damn Grumpy is one good-looking dude. Matty the Bull. So Matty the Bull says you're one damn good-looking dude.
Somebody's got a fan.
Hey, yo, Grumpy's got a smile on his face. It's the first time I've seen him smile all night.
Oh, oh gosh.
Oh, God.
But now I'm going to, of course, finish off my cigar with the brothers. Finish off my Glenfiddich. And we'll catch you next week. Like I say, 7 p.m. Eastern,
Yeah, set up a
6
fan
p.m.
mail account
Central,
now.
4 p.m. Pacific. Oh, gee. We're getting down the OnlyFans account again, Grump.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. We have been the Cigar Loons. Oh, we go. Go on, Grump.
AJ, right quick. I don't know if they saw your comment earlier, but I didn't get a new studio. This corner of the bedroom's always been here. But if you hadn't noticed, Florida's in kind of a deep freeze right now here in the Panhandle. So I wasn't dragging stuff out on the porch. Kurt's the brave one. I'm too old and fragile. I break.
Well, no, we have, of course, been the Cigar Loons podcast tonight, and we hope you've enjoyed them. Thank you for coming along, and we do appreciate it. And like we say, please subscribe to us. Please hit that notification button so you know when we're live every week. And from us, it's a great big thank you for joining tonight, sitting with us, listening to our bullshit. Also, please go and check out our sponsors, of course. So, Famous Smoke. Buy cigars online from over 1,000 brands. Check it out at www.cigarloons.com. Of course, if you're in the UK and you want to grab yourself some Cubans and grab yourself some great New World cigars, then check out gqtobacconist.com. And of course, they do supply pipes to the American market. So if you're after a new pipe and it's cheaper in the UK, then go to GQ. And also another one of our great sponsors, Cigar Page, to shop deals on top cigar brands, cutters, humidors, and much more. Check it out at www.cigarloons.com. And we do thank, of course, our sponsors for being here. We have, of course, been live in the UK and, of course, the United States. And from us, I'm going to play our nice song. I do say it's our #1 award winner song. I hope it would be one day. But hey ho, I believe me in bullshit. Well, we'll catch you next week. See you later and stay smoky. Kurt, say your saying.
Don't be afraid to take what you got, put it in your pipe, and smoke it. I've enjoyed.
Matthew.
I've enjoyed coming back 2025 and looking forward to a great year, guys.
Yeah, man. Fuck 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. Don't start none. Won't be none. Cheers.
Into our resident grumpy preacher. Go on, Grump.
Hey, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hope your New Year was happy. We're back, and we've got a great year planned for you. But if Jesus ain't driving your bus, you just need to pull over, get out of the driver's seat. Let Jesus take the wheel. He drives better than we do.
Yeah,
I catch y'all on the next one.
Amen, my brothers. Amen. And we'll catch you next week. See you later. Bye.
From the depths of the internet, my podcast did arise. A trio of loons with cigars in their eyes. They've invaded the world with their smoky surprise. The Cigar Loons, they're oh so wise. Lunatic invaders of the cigar world, spreading smoke and laughter, their stories unfold. From the finest lips to the wildest tales, the Cigar Loons never fail to prevail. With their witty banter and infectious glee, they've captured hearts, you see. They're more than just smokers, they're a family, united by cigar